So today I'm going to go through some of my favourite editing techniques in Lightroom. These are simple and basic. Yeah, basic. And easy to understand and easy to pick up, but they'll make a hell of a difference to your editing, you lucky thing. Let's get straight into it. Enjoy! Hi guys, I'm down here now. I'm going to be editing a couple of different pictures just so you can see the different tips that I'm giving you across different pictures. The first one I want to talk about, I'm going to use on this picture of Joe that I took training in the gym. So it is this Radial Filter up here, right there. So all you're doing with this is drawing like this, and you are editing the outside of this circle, or this radial shape as some people call it. If I just go to the extreme to show you what I mean, you're just darkening everything on the outside of that, and then you've got this feather tool here which you can either blend it in a lot more or make it a really sharp. If I turn on this mask overlay, you can see just how sharp it gets there. You're basically defining the edges with that. So if you have it like that, you're having it like a really sharp vignette, or if you feather it in nicely. I suggest feathering it in so it looks more natural. And then you can also adjust the white balance here as well. So what I use this for is I use it a lot for dance floor pictures, couples pictures on wedding portraits, and also for food photography, just to highlight the food so it stands out. Yum yum. I usually drop the shadows and drop the blacks when I'm using this, just to make the center subject stand out more, and you can adjust the shape afterwards if you want to. And also down here you've got this invert tool, so by clicking the invert tool you're then editing what's inside the circle or the radial shape instead of the outside. So by adjusting these, you're only adjusting inside of that shape. So guys, my next piece of advice is over here on the left, and it is this history tab. By going on here, you've got your most recent adjustments, and you've got all the way back until you imported the picture here. So if you get to this point and think, oh, I wish I hadn't started making these changes, you can use the top left preview up here to see about where you were. And then once you get to somewhere where you were happy, just start editing again from there. Easy as that. Alright, so this next tip comes in so handy on so many jobs when you've got things like mixed lightings. Maybe you've got a venue which is really orange, and then you've got lighting which is contrasting with that, and you can really tone down them colours and you can make your colours perfect. So basically what you do is you go over this HSL panel, and your first one you can click hue, and if you've got any colours that you want to change, you can do that in here just by clicking this little circle here, and then pick the color that you want to change, and it's just a case of moving your mouse up and down and you can change those to suit. Click on your saturation, the little circle here, click on the color again that you're selecting and change the saturation, so you can change that color to black and white, or you can increase the color of it. And again, the luminance there, you click on that color, and there we go, we're changing how bright or how dark these colours go. Honestly, you won't realise how handy those are, especially when you've got mixed lightings and you need to tone down the oranges, things like that, get rid of a certain contrasting colours. You can do it here just by clicking on these. So yeah, use it, abuse it. Awesome. Are you enjoying yourself so far? You better be. So the next one I want to talk about really quickly is just under your basic, and it's down at this, and it's Dehaze. I always have Dehaze on my pictures set at about +10. I have that as a preset, so when I import pictures it automatically adds that Dehaze. It's meant to remove fog, I think that's the description, but what I find it does is it adds a nice bit of contrast, a nice little bit of pop to my pictures. But with this Dehaze you can add atmosphere. If you were taking landscape pictures, you can add atmosphere with this Dehaze by minusing it or plusing it. You're either adding or taking away. Pretty simple maths, isn't it, that? Okay, so my final tip, I've saved the best for last. It is this adjustment brush. Basically what you can do with this is if you turn on this mask overlay, you can see wherever you paint with this brush, whatever you need to adjust, whether it's too bright, it's too dark, but you don't want to affect the whole picture, just paint onto that part of the picture like this. You can move it about if you need to, micro adjustments, so that you're not bleeding over into the background. Turn that mask overlay off, and then whatever you adjust on the right hand side here, it's only changing the part of the picture that you've painted with the brush. So if you need to adjust only the white balance on somebody's face, paint on using that brush, and then just adjust it like this. easy as that. And what you can also do if you're terrible and you paint outside the lines is if you use the fine adjustment and you paint like this, it'll do a lot neater job for you. It'll only do the parts that it thinks you're trying to do. It's not going to do all of this, and it's not going to go outside the lines unless you really force it to. Like here, if you come down here, it's not bleeding over there. It's keeping it nice and neat and inside the lines like you're a 3-year-old. It's holding your hand while you're colouring in. Basically, come over the right hand side here, adjust what you need to adjust, whether that's shadows, whether it's white balance, whether you want to bring some highlights down because they've blown out, and it'll only do that. You're not affecting the whole picture then, you're only changing where you've painted. Amazing guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a really nice time.